Oops, accidentally hit that button twice. Hope that don't matter. All right, check it out. We're live. I'm back in the studio. Golly, I love being in my studio. It's got all the creature comforts. I haven't realized how spoiled I've gotten when it comes to headphones. I think my buddy Ramon's got these same headphones, and my buddy Michael Cirillo introduced me to these headphones. They're just amazing, right? Like they go over the ear, they hang, you don't have to worry about them falling out. They stick right where you want them to stick. Like, it's little things, right? When I'm on the road, I got different headphones. I guess I could probably bring these headphones, but I have different headphones. I've got a different setup when on the road. When I'm here, my camera's already in place. I don't have to rearrange the furniture and stack the chair on top of the other thing and put the cushion on top of the chair and make sure the computer's at eye level and plug all the things in. It's just nice. That's all I'm saying. It's just nice. There's no place like home. Today we're going to talk about fitness. That's right. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about fitness. We are going to hear from some experts. My friend Heather Parody is going to pop up in here as well. We're going to talk about the body. We're going to talk about the seasons, and we're going to wrap up this series called April Showers Brings May Flowers. Now, before I even get into any of that, all right, we got to talk about this quote that was in the Morning 5 Planner today. If you don't have one of those, you're missing out, dude. I'm telling you, you're missing out. But before we do any of that, we're going to talk about all that right here on #Rise and Grind. Good morning and welcome to #Rise and Grind, the #1 morning show in the world filled with motivation, education, and inspiration. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Club, the club designed to help you unlock your full potential. Each episode is filled with celebrity interviews, inspiring conversations, and the strategies you need to get ahead in your career and your life. So grab your pen and turn up the volume because it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Friday. That's right, today is Friday, Fitness Friday. On top of that, today is Fitness Friday, May 5th. May 5th. Cinco de Mayo. Is that it? Is today Cinco de Mayo? Man, I never know what day it is. Like, it just hit me as I said that. I'm like, oh, May 5th. I think that's Cinco de Mayo. All right, shout out to my Cinco de Mayo celebrators, Cinco de Mayo friends. Welcome to Cinco de Mayo 2023. To the rest of the show will have nothing to do with that. I'm just saying. I didn't know. So don't get mad at me. Okay. All right. Today is Friday, May 5th, 2023. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, May 5th, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Hey, do me a favor over on Facebook. I can already tell people are having a hard time finding the stream. It just happens sometimes. So do me a favor, tag our friends that normally join us here. Share this out if you don't mind. Do the same thing over on Clubhouse. Listen, got up this morning at home in my bed, which I love after spending the amazing week with Carter Myers Automotive Group. Had an incredible time with them. Got home yesterday evening. My family actually picked me up, which was awesome. And we went out after they picked me up. We went out to Paris and picked up Willa from gymnastics, picked up Joel from soccer. We went to a place called The Rock. We had dinner together. We had ice cream. It was nice, man. And then we got home, put everybody to bed, and conked out, right? This morning, what's up, Ken Cook? This morning, I opened up my Morning 5 Planner. Now, dude, I'm telling you, this planner's been amazing. I know it's my planner. I know. Technically, though, my guy, Michael Kerrigan, it was his idea back in 2018. I quit my job in October of 2018 and was sitting around with Michael. And I'm like, what are we going to do? He's like, bro, you need a planner. He said, you need a planner. Thanks, Don Sankey. He said, you need a planner. Like the Rise and Grind community needs a planner. You got to take this Morning 5 thing that you created, this Morning 5 book that you wrote, this Morning 5 system, and we got to turn it into a planner. So in November of 2018, a month later, we launched the first Morning 5 planner. And today's Michael Kerrigan's birthday? No way. Thanks, Banks. So we launched the Morning 5 Planner. There's been multiple iterations since then, but here we are 5 years later, and tens and tens of thousands of these planners have been distributed all around the world. And what's really fascinating about the planner is something we decided to do in the very beginning in 2018 is we wanted the community, what's up, Brooks? We wanted the community to be a part of the planner. And so we asked the community to submit their favorite quotes or Bible verses, and we said we'd put them on the top of each page because it's important to start each day with a nice quote or something positive, right? What's up, Scott Simons? So, Clarissa is here too. Hi, Clarissa. So we did that, and today, Friday, May 5th, 2023, I opened up my planner this morning, did what I always do, right? Wake up, glass of water, headphones, no phone, no snooze, go downstairs, pull out my backpack. It's 3:20 a.m. I open the planner, and at the very top, it says these words right here. It says, don't believe everything you think. And this is contributed by Donza Montgomery. She's part of our Breakfast with Champions community. Don't believe everything you think. And I love those words more than you could ever possibly imagine. Because all of us do that, right? We believe everything we think. And most of what we think is not even close. It's not even remotely in the same universe as reality. Like, seriously, man. Like, think about your thoughts and how inaccurate they are. You think you look a certain way. You think people are saying certain things about you. You think you're capable of this when the reality is you're capable of infinite amounts more, right? I was having a conversation with my wife yesterday, and it was fascinating because coming out of Charlottesville, Charlottesville's got a pocket of it's just got a very diverse culture, and there's a very progressive culture coming out of Charlottesville as well. And when I got on the plane there, in out of Charlottesville, I saw more people wearing a mask coming out of Charlottesville than I've seen in a really long time, right? And it was interesting to me because in my world, right, in my universe, like people don't wear masks anymore. Like it's just not even a thing, right? Every once in a while, I see somebody. But there's other worlds where people, are on different paths and different beliefs and different thoughts, and their social media feeds look differently than mine, and the conversations they have every day are different than mine. And And it's not wrong or right. It's not I'm wrong or I'm right. It's not they're wrong or they're right. It's just they believe what they think to be true. I believe what I think to be true. And so I don't wear one. They do wear one. And it's just fascinating that all these thoughts and beliefs exist like at the same time, but they're so different. Does that make sense? Like Rick Tamborino lives in Rick Tamborino's world. Wes Storm lives in Wes Storm's world. Marilyn Wilkin lives in Marilyn Wilkin's world. Heather Parody lives in Heather Parody's world. Glenn Lundy lives in Glenn Lundy's world. My thoughts, my beliefs create my reality. And the same is true for everyone else, right? Grant Cardone lives in Grant Cardone's world. And Vicki Everett lives in Vicki Everett's world. And so lately I've just been fascinated by this. And so when this popped up this morning, it was like, don't believe everything you think. You know, I used to think when I used to do like a lot of drugs and drinking and whatnot, I used to think that everybody did drugs. That's what I thought. I'm like, well, everybody tries it. Everybody does drugs. I used to think that everybody drinks, right? Everybody drinks. I drink. Everybody around me drinks. Therefore, everyone must drink, right? It's a reasonable conjecture if all you see is that, right? And then I met Michael Cirillo. Michael Cirillo's never had a sip of alcohol in his entire life. Never touched a drug in his entire life. Ever. Dude's 40-something years old. Never had a drink, never touched a drug. Just never done the thing. It was never part of his world. It was never a thing. So, Donza, I just want to thank you for this particular quote. Don't believe everything you think. I imagine a world where we could all understand this sentence and instead look at our thoughts and our individuality and our differences and embrace those and celebrate those and have this open mind that maybe even, just maybe, quite possibly, your thoughts are not real. Though they may be real to you. I know, it's way early in the morning for this conversation. I get it. But that's where it took me, man. It took me to a place. And I am so thankful for that. That's the power of words, man. 5 words that can just take you to a place. And I think sometimes we just got to slow down and allow ourselves to explore where our mind takes us. With that said, I have a whole show to do, and I should probably get to it. It probably would be a good idea. So let's go. Listen. I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. It's supposed to be mid to high 70s for the next 10 days. Can I get an amen? Mid to high 70s for the next 10 days. And it's amazing, right? The grass is so green and lush, and there's like all these little ponies that are running around everywhere because there's farms all over the place out here. So there's all these little ponies running around, and you see all these like baby lambs that were born a month ago or so, and now they're like, you know, running around, and they're just so strong and so on and so forth, right? Like it's amazing. It is such a happy, wonderful time of year, right? Just a happy, wonderful time of year. That song just gets me all jacked up. I know it does the same for Ramon and Kim Walsh Phillips and so many other people. It just captures the essence, the feeling of spring in such a powerful way, right? Like, it's here. We made it, right? We made it. Mid-70s for the next 10 days. It's amazing. We made it. And I think about it, I'm like, do you remember how cold it was? Do you remember? Like, it was cold in the winter, man. It was dark and gloomy, right? We were like out there freaking wearing snow jackets and frozen fingers and frozen toes, right? Like, it was just, right? Do you remember that? All the freaking dead trees, right? Like all the dead trees around and the brown grass, right? Like we were stuck inside and dealing with things like frozen pipes. I had a pipe burst over at my house. We had like frozen pipes, right? And leaks and busted hot tubs, right? Do you remember how cold it was, man? Because if you remember any of that, if you experienced any of that, maybe y'all down in Florida don't remember any of that, but if you experienced any of that, dude, like, we should be celebrating right now. Like, you should be celebrating the season, celebrating the warmth, celebrating the heat, celebrating the green grass and the sheep and the ponies and all of those things. You should be celebrating today. And not just because of the seasons. So you should be celebrating because, man, you've been through some stuff. You've had those dark and gloomy moments. You've had those reclusive seasons in your life, and you got stronger, man. You got stronger. Like you made it. You made it through some stuff. Think about the stuff that you have made it through. And I'm saying stuff over and over and over to keep from saying another word because this is a family show. But you've been through it. But at some point, just like we forget to celebrate the season, we forget how cold it was. At some point, you forgot how hard that thing was that you got through. You forgot how hard it was, and because you forgot how hard it was, now you're sitting here and you complain about the situations that you're in now. You doubt yourself and your abilities that you have now. You hold back. You don't unleash your full potential. Now, like, and the things you're going through today, right? You're like, oh, it's so hard. I'm just so overwhelmed. It's just too much. When the reality is, if you look at your life, man, if you look at your life right now, the reality is the old you would have been dreaming about where you are today, what you've accomplished, how far you've come. You see, here's the thing, man. You, me, us, like, we forget how cold it was. And then in return, we forget to be grateful for how warm it is now. April showers bring May flowers. We need to talk about that. Before we go too far, though, you know what we got to do on this show. You know, we got to do some dancing. We got to get it in. We got to get it in. We'll go quick, though. We're only going to dance for like a minute today because we got to move, all right? So for those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Oh, you were dancing during the Pitter Patter song? Is that what you're saying? You danced during the April showers? Bring May flowers? No, that wasn't the song to dance to. That was the song to celebrate to. Hey, those of you over there on my squad, my family over there on Clubhouse, I'm looking over. iPad says it's got about 9% battery over there. It's the one I traveled with. So there's a chance it cuts out before the end of the show. If so, if somebody could be ready on backup to just stream in what we got, it might not happen, but just thought I'd put it out there. Yasmin, good morning. Vicky Everett, good morning. Kevin Faley, what up, what up? Valerie Oakley, good morning. Tom Popelka in the building. Michelle Gravely, good to see you. Emma Primasino. Could be Emma, probably Emma though. Russell Hill, good morning. How are you? What's up? Dashin Diva Hawk, that's a name. Robin Wilshans in the building. Felicia Shakespeare, Rick Tamborino, what up, what up, what up, what up? Gail Beecraft, Christopher Campbell, all up here in the building. My guy Ramon, I'm glad you're here. Missed you this week. Liza Myers-Borges, thanks for having me. Carter Myers Automotive. I was trying to call you yesterday. It was really just to see what your favorite trail was. I went and ran a trail out there by the university. It was awesome. David Hill in the building. Dora Maria is up in here as well. Justin and Kate and Fiona and Maria. Okay. Brooks is in the building. Okay, you guys know what we got to do. All right, check it out. We got to dive in. We're short on time. Go.
You need to run around a McDonald's to burn off a small chicken McNugget. I know you've been asking yourselves that, and we're gonna find out right now. Oh my gosh, 170 calories. Oh no, I ain't gonna need no dipping sauce. So we're waiting on the nuggets. I just saw on the menu that they are apparently 170 calories. I'm gonna make him, because he's the fitness person, Google it.
170 seems to be the...
Oh my god, this looks absolutely disgusting. Look at these. That's not even real meat. 170 calories in my temple. The Lord's temple has been violated. So this next part's gonna be slightly embarrassing, but whatever. Got my Fitbit on. This is a really bad idea. 6 laps, not doing too bad, feeling good. Still feel the grease coming out of my pores. Still have 90 calories left. I'm a 36-year-old mom running around McDonald's. Just broke 100 calories. I'm at a mile of 30, 12-minute pace, which is bad, but these cars keep getting in my way. I feel like grease seeds. 170 calories burned. It's not worth it. You don't need to eat the nuggets, okay? Not a good idea. I regretted that the moment I looped the drive-thru. The way you can avoid all this is just not eat that. Beep, 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 beep. Bye.
You have to run around McDonald's 12 laps around the parking lot to burn off those nuggets. Did you see Heather's face when she had to eat a nugget? Dude, I'm like, dang, 4 nuggets. Give me 20. Give me 20 of those non-meat nuggets. I am so bad. I really have got to figure out this diet thing, this food thing. My wife and I talked about it last night. It's a thing, but that is hilarious. So hey, stay away from the nuggets, yo. Stay away from the nuggets. Golly, 12. You got to run 12 laps just to eat 3 nuggets. It's definitely not worth it. Listen, nothing displays the theory of April showers brings May flowers better than our health and our fitness, right? Yesterday I was in Charlottesville, and I ran on a trail. I was just talking about that. Ran 4 miles on a beautiful trail out there, and it was awesome. 2 days before that, I ran 4 miles in downtown Charlottesville, and 2 days before that, I ran 7 miles out on a trail here in Lexington, Kentucky, which my friend Heather Parody was cheering me on because she knew I had never ran 7 miles before. And 2 days from now, I will run 8 miles. This Sunday, I will run 8 miles either in Austin or in Lexington. I'm not sure exactly where I'll be. But what's crazy about that is a couple of years ago, I could run exactly like 0 miles. Like I'd sprint across the yard, chasing my kids and be dead for the next 20 freaking minutes. Like I could run none. And just a few weeks ago, the idea of running 7 to 8 like 7 miles, what I did this past Sunday, or 8 miles, what I'm about to do this Sunday, like just a few weeks ago, that wasn't even in the realm of something I would ever do. Like, not even could I not do it. It wasn't in the realm of thought that I ever would do it. And in 24 weeks, I'll run 26.4 miles in the Chicago Marathon. See, here's the point. Folks, we have been given one of the greatest gifts that I think we lose sight of and forget to be grateful for. We have been given the gift to be able to mold, the ability to shape, manicure, chisel, and design our own bodies. Like, what a gift. I mean, though we can't affect height, right? We cannot affect height, at least not yet. We haven't figured out how to do that. We cannot affect height. Everything else, body-wise, is an option. Like, look, this is a skeleton. This is a skeleton, and all skeletons on this planet that we know of up till this point, this is what I believe. I think I know a little bit. Could be wrong in the future. But roughly, they're all the same shape and size. Every skeleton of a human is roughly the same shape and size, other than height. Height is can be dramatically different, right? They're roughly the same shape and size. Now, it's the meat, the muscle, the fat, right? Like, that part's all up to you. You get to choose what that part looks like, right? Like, you get to choose whether you want to be like stiff all the time or you want to be flexible all the time. Like, it's a choice. Are you fluid and loose, or are you tight? You get to choose. You get to choose whether you want to be heavy or whether you want to be light, whether you want to be a little more curvy or a little more skinny. Like, you get to choose. It is all a choice. You can choose to be strong, or you can choose to be weak. You can choose to eat the nuggets or choose not to eat the nuggets. Right? Like, it's all a choice. Now, one of the choices does require you to do work daily. The other choice, not so much. Like, for me, I was telling my wife last night, I feel stiff. I'm doing a lot of running, but my body feels stiff almost all the time. I feel kind of stiff, right? I don't feel fluid. Bruce Lee said, "Be like water." I don't feel like water. I feel more like, a 2x4. And I don't like that. I don't like feeling like a 2x4. I want to be a little more loose, right? I want my stride to be a little bit better on my run. Like, I feel like I'm kind of on my toes when I'm running, but I'm like I'm compensating. I'm not just fluid. I'm not out there just fluid. You know what I mean? But it's going to require work. Like I'm going to have to figure out yoga, or I'm going to have to figure out some sort of stretching regimen. And then I got to do that daily. I got to put in the work. Like the being stiff part, that part just happens naturally, right? Like I don't have to work at that. But if I want to feel fluid, I'm going to have to work at it. And the same is true for you. You see, this whole April showers brings May flowers thing it's all about these different seasons and what we have to do in each season. And when we tie it all together through this whole week, we've been talking about different seeds being planted in the different seasons and what they do and the time to harvest and change and struggle and growth and success. And when we tie it all into our bodies, you have to understand that we are 3-part, right? Mind, body, and spirit. And so in order for you to become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be, you have to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be in all 3 of those areas. Now, what that looks like to you is different for everyone. Like what that looks like on the outside physically is different to everyone. But the most important thing, it's not that you look a certain way, it's that when you look in the mirror, you love how you look. Because see, if you don't love how you look, you won't carry yourself with the energy of the goddess, the energy of, maybe that's not the right word. I got to be careful with that. If you don't like the way you look, you're not going to carry yourself as the greatness that you are. But you have to follow the process. You have to go through the seasons, right? Like you have to cultivate, right? If you notice, you know, when it comes to farming, first they cultivate the land before they plant the seeds. And to me, that's like, you got to cultivate the mind, right? Like you have to believe that these things are possible for you, that it's going to be worth it, right? And then once you cultivate the land and bring up this belief system that, yes, I can, now you can start to plant the seeds, right? You add some substance to it, right? You start plugging that work underground behind the scenes when nobody's watching, right? You start doing some research, you start looking up some things on Google, you start figuring out what that plan's going to look like, right? You print out the 32 weeks to marathon worksheet, right? Like once we've cultivated, now we can plant some seeds, and then after that we nurture the land, right? And nurturing the land, you notice them farmers, man, they're out there every day nurturing the land. They don't just nurture the land a couple days a week. They don't nurture the land, every once in a while. They don't just kind of check in on it when they feel like it, right? Like, no, they go out there every day. There's a guy in our neighborhood, Gary. He's been farming that land his entire life, man. And he's out there every day from like sunrise to well past sundown. He's out there every day. Just nurturing, making sure everything's where it's supposed to be, right? And that's what we have to do. We have to do this every day. You got to work it every day. Every day. And then harvest season, where things turn warm and green and full blossom and all of those things, like I can't tell you when that will happen for you. Because just like when it comes to farming and in nature, like God decides that. God decides when winter ends. God decides when spring kicks in. God decides when we enjoy summers, and God decides when we fall. God decides. So I don't know when. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you the win part, but here's what I can tell you. If you continue to cultivate, continue to plant the seeds, you continue to nurture the mind, the body, the spirit daily, I can tell you that without a doubt, April showers bring May flowers. Summer always follows spring. And the same will be true for you. The best version of yourself, child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. The best version of you, mind, body, spirit. It's in there. It's in there. Choose to do the work. Believe, believe, believe. And when you do, when you step into that space and you remember how far you've come and you celebrate with gratitude, it's going to make a freaking massive impact on this planet. Massive. And I love you. I love you already for it because I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. I know you're going to say, yes, he's right. I'm not going to believe everything that I think anymore. Instead, I'm going to work on believing all that is true for me, for you, through God, through nature, and in life. Is that fair? Did we do good this week? I think we did pretty good this week. We are rapidly approaching our 1200th episode of Rise and Grind, which is crazy, man. 1200 episodes. Rapidly approaching. That'll be next 2 Mondays from now. So I want to have a big celebration that day. We'll celebrate 200 because I personally forget to celebrate some of those things. So make sure you join me. Don't miss that day. We'll have a big celebration on that, whatever that day is, Monday, whatever. You guys, my organized people, you can figure that part out. But make sure you come join me on that day. Thanks for being here with me today. I'm going to head over to Clubhouse here in just a second, and we're going to chit chat over there. All right. So if you're watching live, I'll meet you over there. If you're watching on replay, I'll catch you on Monday. Have a great weekend. I love you. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. Go out there and get it.
What's stopping you? Are you too tired? Didn't get enough sleep? Don't have enough energy? Don't have enough time? Is that what's stopping you right now? Don't have enough money? Is that the thing? Or is the thing that's stopping you, you?
Excuses sound best to the person that's making them up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get off the pity potty. Telling everybody your sad and sob stories, trying to get people to show up to your pity potties and your pity parades. If you ever see me in a Rolls Royce, a 6 or 7 star hotel, living my life to the fullest, don't get jealous of me, because I worked my ass off to get it. Nobody handed me nothing. Wake your ass up. Awaken the beast inside. It's game on. It's go season. It's time for you to take advantage of the access and the resources that you have in your country and your community. You got a problem with your life. You got a problem with your environment. Do something about it. If you want it, go get it.
Recognize the excuses are not valid. They're conjured up, they're fabricated, they're lies. And how do you stop the lies? You stop the lies with the truth. And the truth is, you have time. You have the skill, you have the knowledge and the support and the willpower and the discipline to get it done.
The fruit of everything good in life begins with a challenge. Everything is uphill that's worthwhile. And it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to fall in your lap, and it's not going to be something that, oh my God, it just was so simple. It's always going to be difficult.
If you want it, you gotta go get it.
This is your chance. This is your shot. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your place. This is your opportunity.
This is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today. It's your dream. If you wanted to have it, get your butt up and make it happen. If you wanted to have it, rise and grind.
You still got work to do. Stay on that basketball court. Stay on that football field. It's grind season, homie.